Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream, a very special stream indeed, where I'll be doing a bit of diversifying with my content, which is mostly because you'll see an adult rant about cardboards. A specific type of cardboard would be the Cardboard Vanguard cardboard. We'll be rambling today about the weekly reveals and what do I think about it, and about if there's subsequent support and so on and so forth. As you see, I'm all prepped up for it to be a very professional stream. Well, with I have a desk with a computer. Only adults have that. Only professionals have that specifically. And also, I have a tie on top of it. Do not pay attention because the tie is not moving. That is not important. It's important that I just have it. It's all that matters. Now, moving on. Today, we'll be talking about Lyrical Monastery, a nation that involves idols, the nurturing and the creation of idols. Isn't that the same thing? Anyway, it's a nation focused on nurturing idols and creating them for the future. Mostly nations from all over the world send their girls here in order to become, well, idols. On top of a giant whale. We'll talk about that in another stream, not today. But today we'll be looking at the first support that is in line. We have quite a bit of support because this week we had a bunch of reveals. Not including just Lyrical Monastery support, but also the premium support, which technically is premium support, but also we got some support for some news for the future Vanguard series. And some of the characters revealed and the booster set being revealed. A new one that's coming in JP soon. Okay, let's start off with the first lyrical. This is from the 17th Sunday on my time, 11 p.m. Her name is Earns Correct Follower, the Adepta, which her skills first read in continuous. If you played a aim to be the strongest idol this turn, your opponent cannot intercept. We'll be showing you this card a bit later. And next, in back row, it has once per turn. When your Vanguard attack hits, you may stand this sealed. That is a very neat ability. Also because it has both a intercept restrict with intercept restrict is not super powerful skill, but a lot of the times intercept can be what life and death situations decides if your opponent's going to live this turn or just to spend a lot more resources that he did not want to spend. So this is very good. I'll be looking at the card, which is aimed to be the strongest idol, which is this one here. Aimed to be the strongest idol is a grade 3 order. Skill reads as follows. Play this if you have 5 or more units with Earnings Correct, which is the name that you saw in the beginning of the other card, with different card names. Till the end of turn, all your units with Earns Correct in their card name gain 5k power. When your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose one of your Earns Correct leader, Clarissa, which is a grade 3 Vanguard, but I will be looking at her a bit after this. And it gets, when this unit will attack, there's 3 of your opponent's Vanguard and rear guards, and these units battle all those units in the chosen circles. Now this is very neat because the Clarissa, it's this blue girl here if I'm not mistaken, her focus is multi-attacking the entire board. So giving an entire board all your 5k powers and giving the Vanguard the ability to multi-attack is very neat. Now we will be looking at Earnest Correct Leader Clarissa before we jump into the next card. Earnest Correct Leader Clarissa is the first step, which is when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle by writing from Accurate Integral Clarissa, counter blast 1, search your deck for the 1 card with aim to be the strongest idol, which is the grade 3 order, relay and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. When this unit attack hits, draw a card, choose one of your Vanguard that earns correct in her card name and get powerful 5k. So you understand the synergy with the deck. The order is meant to give her the Earnest Correct leader in order to give her the ability to multi-attack, while also giving the board the ability to gain more power. So she's able to destroy multiple units. And even go around the fact of the, no, not the resist skill, because this needs to target in order to be able to hit. But this does give you quite a bit of control, which is very nice. And when you write from the grade 2, which is this skill, ignore that, which comes from the first skill, it gives you the order so you'll have the synergy to activate. Okay, we'll be going back to the first reveal once more because we need this. Oh wait, it was this card. Sorry about that. I am done. Now we'll be looking at this. This is the Earns Correct Follower Pireso. It's a drug droid, and her skill is on rear guard. When you play aim to be the strongest idol, the order that we just saw, and your opponent has no rear guard, choose one of your vanguards until your turn. During the battle with the attack, your opponent cannot call or play sentinels. So, if your opponent plays a type of strategy or has the ability to clean up the board, but you still have to activate the ability to actually take most advantage of all your skills, this still gives you the advantage of giving you a guard restrict. Specifically with the Vanguard. Do not remember what's the other Earnest correct, because there's another leader that gains the exact same name, but I do not remember her. Or regardless, it gives you a bit of restriction, which is very nice, especially in the rare rarity. Very low rarity for such an interesting skill. Now we'll be jumping to the next day's card. These are Monday's reveals, which is this one. Yep. Little feature, Aldia. When this card, her skill is auto. When this card is discarded from your hand during your turn, if you have Vanguard Alastiel in its card name, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top or bottom of the deck. So a bit of top deck, bottom deck switching. This is very nice. Then, White Wing. Activate when Bind Zone only has odd grades. Continuous Rear Guard. If you have a great rear guard with Alastiel in this card, in this unit gains a 10k shield. That's very interesting. Now we'll look at first these cards and then we will jump to Alastiel. Okay? Then we'll be looking at the grade 2, White with a Clear Heart Beauty Swift. She has Black Wing, which is the opposite, which is activate only when Bind Zone has only even grade. For those simple, odd grades is odd numbers 1, 3, 6, not 6, 1, 3, 5, 7. Those are odd numbers. And then even numbers are the ones with 2, 4, 6, 8. Then, which is Black Wing, when this unit is put on Guardian Circle cost, so blast 2, choose one attacking unit with critical 2 or greater and reduce its critical by 1. This is very interesting because a lot of these cards are mostly focuses on giving us power, except the first one that has a discard skill. Is it only asking for Alastiel? It means with the Rive line, you can still have the top deck search, which is very neat because while you can technically activate the first turn if you're going second, at least for the grade 1. When you activate this skill the first time when you're discarding her, you can activate her skill to then, after discarded, then look at the top card of your deck, then choose if you want to keep it or not. Then you can draw the card. So it gives you a bit of search. I do not know how synergy it will have with Alastiel. We'll be looking into that now by looking at Alastiel. So this is the card that we're first be looking. We'll first be looking at the Archangel Twin Alastiel, the first version, which is at the beginning of your main phase. Choose a card from your bind zone, put it into your hand, and you put a card, find the top card of your deck face up. Oh, so that's what it is. So essentially, you have synergy for activating this skill first, so you top deck choose. It's mostly because of even grades, so you're choosing the grades here. It helps you choose it. Then White Wings, during your turn, this unit gets 5k power, and then Crit Pulse. Then Black Wings are, during your turn, all of your opponent's unit get power minus 5k. So you have to choose which one. I think there is a card way for this card to activate both skills. I'm not sure. Now we'll be looking at the other version, which has a hello alternate. How are you doing? Now we have Dress Up Mechanic, Holy Angel of Blessing, Alastiel. Alastiel's main focus dress up ability is essentially just this card has the exact same name as the other Alastiel. Hostage Luard? Which one is that? I'm not sure. As I know what Luard is, I do not know what La Hostage at the moment. I'm mostly here talking about idols and stuff. Also, what is it alternate? What is it? Let's see. Okay, dress up ability is Archangel Twins Alastiel's thing, you know? And then her first skill is at the beginning of your main phase, choose a card from your bind zone and put it into your hand. Find the top card of your deck. Ooh, this is very interesting. So, I can put it into hand, bind the top card. So it's basically a similar skill, except it only asks for it to be in the beginning of the main phase. This is just a skill that will keep resetting itself and keep active. So you're able to not just only trade your bind zone as a secondary hand for picking up cards, but also setting up the top card of your deck. But you obviously need a card in the top card of your deck to choose, so you most likely have to run top deck searchers, top deck lookers, and to then choose what you want. Now let's check the Black Wings first. Black Wings is discard a card from your hand. Please remember, Black Wings is the odd number, or White Wings is even number, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Black Wings is the even, and Black Wings is odd. I remember. I will look it back again. Search your deck for up to one card with Black Wings in the ability. Call it to rear shuffle. So superior call, which is very neat. Then the second skill, White Wings, at the end about this unit attack, counterblast one discard card from your hand. Search your deck for up to one card with whose original card name is Archangel of Twin Wings Celestial, provided in the stand. And it gets drive -1 if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So you get a nice superior riding compared to one skill, while the other skill is a superior call during the battlefield. No, it's a field setup. In other words, you have to choose which one. You either choose the superior ride, or you choose the other one. I think the superior is obviously the more optimal situation. Mostly because you can dex in at, well, both abilities dex in. But, oh wait. You can technically activate her Blackwing skill first, in accordance with the discard ability with the other card. Yeah, one of the reveals. So it'd be very neat because then you'll have the top deck search. So you can either set up your drive check. Ooh, that's very neat. I like this. Actually, a very good synergy. I like this card. She's a very good Vanguard interest. Has very good synergy with all her support. Now we'll be looking at the next day. Next day is a bit odd because obviously it's a Tuesday reveals. So we have a lot of different things that have been shown. First off, we were shown the reveals of the characters that will be destined ones in the anime. Because for those who don't know, in the anime, we are having a particular clash of representatives of each nation, both from the destined ones, the new characters that are being revealed right here, and the fated ones. The fated ones are the ones from the first season of Divine Z, card by Vanguard, and these are the new characters being the destined ones. This one's the Stoicheia representative, which is the Kuo Naikawa. I think if I look up a bit, we can actually get the name of all the representatives in English. Yeah, see. So it's Kuo Naikawa. His description is a transfer student who has joined Akina's and So's class, essentially the main character and his friend, and owner of the Destined One of Infinity card. Destined One of Infinity, which is this guy boy over here from Stoicheia. He is known as a genius high school student in society, having won awards and academy conferences. He has an elusive nature, surrounded by an air of mystery. Well, that's new. Next is Senka Kanae, the representative from Brandgate, the one who owns the Destined One of Excedence in Paulio. This is very neat. This is a returning character from the second season, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's a recurring character from the second season. Or was it? Yeah, second season. Maybe third. I don't remember. Which is a recurring character that she was meant to be a very talented fighter. But like a lot of characters that get introduced in this anime, she didn't get a lot of screen time, but seems she's getting some attention. Owner of the Destined One of Excellence card, she is now Zol's friend and a young, capable fighter. With a quick, transparent personality, she's a battle maniac through and through. Not remember now. So is it this guy? No, some other guy. Not know who now is. I've not watched the anime myself. I should fix that problem. Now might be the Destined One for Medical Monster? Not sure. Next, we'll be looking at Yuna Sayona, the representative of Brandgate. She has a Destined One of Supremacy, La Ciafe, and then Kako, which is a first-year high school student, owner of the Destined One of Supremacy card. She usually keeps it hidden, but she is a hardcore fan of the idol Mikoto Saito. Okay, now that one's Mikoto is the one that's the representative for the Lyrical Monster from the Destined ones, not the Fated. Oh wait, the Fated ones, not this one. And she is an honor student in the high school with achievements in both academic and sport. That's why she keeps it here. Next, we'll be looking at Chiyomi Kurosaki, the Destined One representative of Dragon Empire. The Destined One of Skills, Equilibra. Oh, Libra. Neat. Owner of the Destined One of Skills, Equilibra. He's Taiso's best friend since their university days. He's a man of few words, and he has a cool and rational nature. Oh, neat. Has a very cool design. I like it. Oh, wait, you can't see him. Sorry. I keep forgetting that what I see is not what you see. Sorry for that. Next, we'll be looking at a recurring character, the little sister, and one of the characters that was actually a faded one from last time, but this is her main timeline. Hikari Miyodo, the Dark State representative of the Destined Ones. owner of the Destined One of Time, Liao Odium. Card we've seen before from Cater Sanctuary, but now this is her Destined for. Third year middle school student, owner of the Destined One of Time card. Was often in and out of the hospital due to her weak constitution, but thanks to her older brother Akina, she's at peak effect. As always, she gets along with her brother, but I think she has some trouble with her brother now. Either that or she has been shown a future that she cannot deal with it. She has to fix it again. Time travels with this girl, really. Next, we'll be looking at another recurring character from an earlier version of Divine Z, actually from the final season. Not necessarily the main villain, but part of the main villain. Jinki Mikai, representative of Cater Sanctuary, is also a recurring card, Alden, which this one is the Destined One of Protection, Alden. Sponsor of the Lux tournament to determine the strongest fighter. Owner of the Destined One of Protection card, with Gui and all the AI created by his deceased older brother, Shungi. He has initialized the Uniformers project. Uniformers being the antagonist group from the last D-Series season and the D-Series protagonists. Now we'll be looking at their mascots. The magical girl mascot thing that gave them these cards. The Zibilt, mysterious life form that appeared before Akin and the others. Looks like nothing but a plush living, no matter how you look at it. Well, that is the reveals for that. Now we'll be looking at the 19's reveal. Oh wait, actually we do have something. We have something else from the exact same day. I think we do. Let's see. Okay, we got an art of, obviously, there we go. We got an art of the characters. Obviously, they're Destined Ones, and the Destined Ones in good. Looks nice, looks cool. I'm particularly interested in the Dragon Empire, because anyway, that's my nation. But I'm also interested in the Suikia. They're really cool. But I like Brandgate's one because it has a very Messiah, but also a sort of Chrono Jiva. Actually, no, it's a Messiah and Ezel vibe, which is very neat. I like that. This one just looks neat. Dude looks cool, but I'm just a Dragon Empire thing. But I like the design of this guy. It gives a very dragon, but also insect vibe that's very neat. For those who don't know, I'm a Suikia, and particularly a Mecha Colony player. So this is very neat. Now we'll be going up a bit to look at the set that was renounced. DCTB TO5, Heaven's Wisdom and Destiny, to be released in Japan October 11th. From what I assume, considering her own schedule, we'll probably get this between December, not September, that'd be really early. We'll be getting this between December and January, most likely. January tends to be a bit of a dead month because Japan has a few holidays there where they tend to, well, take an entire 10 days off, if I remember correctly. Not remember particularly, but December should be the date for this. Either that or January. We'll see. Next, another interesting thing that we got revealed is an encounter teaser. Encounter cards, for those who don't know, are cards that are reoccurring cards from the first Card Fight Vanguard, whether it be G Series, the first Vanguard season, Limit Break era, Strike Gate era, and so on and so forth. This is a reoccurring character from the first season, if I remember correctly, or second season. I do not remember particularly. It's the Prisms archetype. I think this is the third season. Let's look at the report. Our lovely idols from the Prism image make their comeback as encounter cards in the Lyrical Monasterio Sparkling set. Aurora Star Coral makes their comeback. Aurora Star Coral being this lady, a very, very, very old callback, and a very interesting card that we will be interested in because she has a reveal in this, so we shall look at it. Aurora Star Coral makes their comeback alongside Prism Image 2 in a Lyrical Monastery Sparkling, going on sale September 27, 2024, which is very early this year. Most likely, my assumption with this is going to be that it's going to be set either in October, we're going to get this set, or if we're lucky, we're going to get this. This is going to release in September. We're either going to be lucky and get this in October. Wait, September? Doesn't line up, I think. Does it? This says September 06. Oh, wait, maybe not. But yeah, supposedly September 27, 2024. And also a reprint of What Color of a Witch is Belle Blonde, who is confirmed to is a Lyrical Monster Sparkling Star. Most likely an important cards for the deck. I'm not sure. I'm not really a, again, Lyrical Monster player. I have been looking into it recently because there has been some interest that I've been given to some old V cards, but I do not have the full story. Now we'll be going back a bit. Then we'll be, this is for a bit, is it afterwards? Actually, maybe, yeah, okay. So weekly bites. We're first going to be looking at V premium cards. Cards that will be viable for the V premium meta. Well, not the meta, the format, and also the premium form. The card that we'll be showing here is for Bermuda Triangle, the nation where Bermuda Lyrical Monster comes from, and for Gear Chronicle from the nation of Darkstones. Which is, first off, we'll be looking at the Bermuda Triangle, which is Hydraulic Purity Cordelia, which is obviously the heal skill, which is you may discard this card as a heal trick for the cost for a G card, which is a premium mechanic. Then, when this unit put a Guardian Circle from hand, move a heal from hand or drop, choose a card from your hand with greater or less equal to your Vanguard and call it to rear. Auto Blades do not activate from this call, one of the following according to the grade of the unit called. Grade 1 or less. Counterblast 1, choose from your Vanguards and engage 5k power to the end of the turn. That's neat. Grade 2. This unit gets shield 20,000 till the end of that battle. So this is very interesting. If you commit to grade 1, you get the higher value, and at least in this case, of having a 5k power in the for your Vanguard for the entire turn, which could be what decides smaller attacks from poking at. So that's very neat, but it involves spending a Counterblast. Something that can be refunded depending on the deck and depending on the cards you run. But it's a lot more costly, or you can just get a cheaper 20k power. Plus, you can also call intercept, so you don't lose the grade on that unit. So you get a 20k shield on that battle only, but then you can call a grade 2, which you can use as an interceptor. If it has an intercept skill, that'd be nicer. After that, you can add a resist ability onto the board, since Bermuda Triangle has very good access for that. Then we got Steam Archer Kalum Gear Chronicle. Same thing of this card counts as a heal as a G Guardian. Then, with this unit, put a Guardian Circle from him. If your binding swing has one or more cards, remove a heal from your hand or drop. This unit gains shield plus 20 until the end of that battle. And if your binding swing has 2 or more cards, Counterblast 1, choose your Vanguard to get power plus 5k. So this one's a lot more neater because it works on the bind mechanic of Gear Chronicle. So it means you're most likely playing either Chronojet or some other mechanic that involves the binds. With giving you a 20k shield, which is generally very easy. It doesn't even rely on the mechanic. But if you're, oh, it has 1 or more. Yeah, it has that 1 or more at least to be able to activate the skill. But then if you have the 3 or more, you're able to pay the Counterblast for the extra 5k. So that's the general gist of how these cards work. Mostly because of the search, most of the power boost. But it's mostly tailored to each clan in order how they get it. In this case, it's not, you have to play a particular deck in order to be able to roll this card. And this card's generic enough because a lot of what Bermuda Triangle does is mostly bounce a lot of their cards. Sure, they have different mechanics, but mostly bouncing their cards and then adding into hand to multi-tap with these cards or just to recover your entire board is generally the mechanic how they play. Now, we'll be jumping into these next things, which is the weekly bites looking at Lyrical Monster and the reveals. This is a very interesting one because this is a glitter card that will be shown. This is Glistening Mood Michu, which your skills read as follow. When this unit plays on writing, from first ahead to the worst of dream Michu, search your deck for a drop or the 1 card with not knowing its card name, or at the 1 cannonball card, reveal it and put it into your hand, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck, activate Persona Run. If I remember correctly, this is the grade 3 version, the one you're riding on top of. And the other card is the card that comes with it. Glitter cards, for those who don't know, are a set of cards that involve being parts of 2 nations. But for Lyrical Monasterio, it's just a specific card. The glitter ability is this marker down here. For those who don't know. And it involves a other unit, either be grade 2, grade 3, or whatever, that runs a pair in order to be able to run this card into its maximum capability. And usually those other cards can be run in the other nation because they have the dual nation tag. But in this case, it's all focused on Lyrical Monasterio and they don't share them. Then the second skill is Bind. First, I head towards Dream Michu from Soul, which is the ability of binding the Grade 3, the other Grade 3, the Vision 1. Shoot only point breaker, tire it, till the end of battle. Reduce the cost of this unit's Cannonball ability by Soul Blast 2. Till the end of turn, and this unit's in your Vanguard, ride this card, found the breath. For those running the Cannonball ability, it's this last ability, Cannonball. This unit attacks Vanguard, Soul Blast 2, choose only point rear guards and retire it. This unit gains plus 10k power to the end of turn. So she gets a retire ability, and she can reduce the Cannonball blast by 2. Return. In your turn, if this unit's Vanguard, write the card bound for this card as the rest. So essentially, after you Superior Ride and bind the card for that particular ability, then you will be able to reduce the cost of making the Cannonball skill right here free. Plus, you can also blow up another card and gain an extra 10k power, which is very neat. Then we'll be looking at the next card, which is the new version of the... Before it was a grade 1, or no, I think it was a grade 2 at the same time. This is the new version of Knock Knock, which is the card that we'll be looking at with the first skill, which her skill reads as follows. If your Cannonball card was put in your order zone into drop this turn, this unit gains plus 10k power. For those who don't know, this particular grade 3 Michu has a particular interesting mechanic that she has a bunch of set of Cannonball cards, which can substitute her skills for something else. So that changes the Cannonball skill to another completing skill. So your Vanguard is essentially, in some way or form, customizable depending on what type of Cannonball card you run in synergy with her. She has at the moment 2, I think, and then with this card she gains a new Cannonball in order to add, which is super neat. So an extra 10k power. Then declare effect of Michu, meaning this particular ability, her next ability, is only active if you have the particular grade 3 in action, which is Michu in this case. Which her skill reads as follows. If your Vanguard is a grade, your greater Carol Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. This unit gains this unit attack. If no drive checks were performed in the battle, your rear guard attack this turn. This unit performs a drive check until the end of that battle. For those wondering why she gets that particular ability, usually this unit was known for attacking in the back row center rear guard circle, because one of the Cannibals, if I'm not mistaken, used to give her that particular strength. And we'll be looking at the other card, which is apparently support, which is Starry Sky Lucetta. When your Cannonball card is from drop zone from your order zone, put a grade 2 card from your drop in bottom deck, and this unit gains 10k power. For those wondering, the Cannonballs are grade 3, so though you're essentially recycling your Cannonball. Then the next card is Waiting for the Sky. Waiting for the Sky. Let's see, what's your name? Waiting for this day, Refka. And this unit is placed on rear guard. If you have it all set up in your order zone, Energy Blast 3, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 Cannonball card from one that reveal and put into your hand shuffle the deck. I'm not familiar with what that card is, but we'll see soon, or maybe see it in another deck. Then she also adds skill. If you upgrade your Vanguard with Michu incarnate, put this unit to soul, search your deck for 1 glistening with Michu, which in this case it's this new one version, and write it as stand shuffle your deck. If your Vanguard was played during the right phase this turn, or your Persona with this turn, you cannot perform Persona right this turn. For those running, remember glistening Michu's first effect is when you ride on top of the other grade 3 in order to, and then you're able to perform Persona right. So that's very neat. So we have the grade 1 that also has the very simple thing of you cannot activate Persona right if you activate this skill. So the first skill becomes null. So you have to remember, very important. Also, this is the alternate art of these cards. These are very neat. When we're talking about Cannonballs, this is what we mean. These are the equipped cards that she adds, and she has very cute. These two have very cute alternate arts, and these are probably gonna be high graph. This card was really good when it came out, so I'm not surprised if this card genuinely becomes good. Next, we'll be looking at the next card, which is what lies ahead when you take a peek. Lestas. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, outside of the battle phase, if your Vanguard is a low rolling roll, it's card name you may, and you have put a song into your order zone this turn, cost Energy Blast 3, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose the 1 card with a different card name as this unit from your grade equal to your lower tier Vanguard and call to your shuffle your deck. Essentially, you're getting a free superior call with Energy Blast mechanic, which is the Vanguard that we're talking about in this case does not use energy charge because it's a beginner card from Lyrical Monster first came out. Then her other skill is during your turn, You have 2 or more face down cards in your order zone. This unit gains power plus 10k. For those wondering, those cards that are flipped face down are the songs you sing. Every time you use a song, you flip it face down. So essentially, if you use 2 songs, technically speaking, in the first turn you use 2 songs, then you'll be getting a power plus 10k with her, which is a grade 2, which is very neat. She's a 20k power that will be hitting your bank. That's without counting booster. Then we'll be looking at the grade 1, the other one, which is Restless Tides and Shooting Stars for melee type, which is when your Vanguard sings the song, costs and your glass stream. Choose a song card in your drop zone and add it to your hand. Good way to recycle your song cards, either if you discard it or by a song's ability. I'm not particularly sure. Now we will be looking at Yono. It's this particular card. We have 2 versions. We'll be looking at first Heartfelt Song, Lower and Roll, which is the first version, which your skills being cost counter +1, choose the face up card in your zero order zone and sing it, which is the mechanic of activating the song's ability of the song and turn it face down after the ability is resolved, which is their face is the mechanic of when the card is flipped face down. Then our other skills, when this unit's active, 2 or more face down song cards in their turn. Technically speaking, when you play this card, you flip 2 songs in the first turn, if I remember correctly. I think there's another method to do, but I don't remember. So we'll see. And choose a face up card song in your order zone, sing it until in the battle, your opponent cannot call Sentinels from your hand or Guardian. I don't remember you can activate sooner or later, but this is very neat because essentially by your second song, you have Guard Restrict enabled for free. So this is very neat. Usually this card's pushing in for a good amount of number. So this is very nice. Next we'll be looking at her other version, which is Sing With Me, Lower and Roll. Or Loronero. Yeah. Which it's this particular art. She came last year, if I remember correctly, or the beginning of this year. I do not remember correctly. Which her dress up ability being the Heartfelt Song Lower and Roll, so she has the exact same name as the other cards, so she counts for a persona. Then her first skill is when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose the grade 3 cardless unit from among them and call it to Rearguard Circle and shuffle your deck. So a very neat skill of just appearing and then activating her skill to search for a unit and call it to board, which is neat. Then when this unit attacks the Vanguard, choose it to face up the song from your order zone and sing it. If your opponent's Vanguard with your player Soul Blast 1, choose the grade 3 card with Lower Roll in this card name, and until in about this unit gains Drive +1, your opponent cannot call Sentinel from this turn. So this is a big difference in how she operates. So her songs are free now in order for her to enable them. But then, in order to get full maximization of her ability, she has to blow up a grade 3 with Lower and Roll in this card. I imagine she has a superior ride mechanic in her deck that she had earlier in order to do that, so this shouldn't be a problem. Well, she'll be getting a Drive +3. The most we have is the restriction of your opponent having to be in a grade 3 in order to activate the second ability. But having a Drive +1 plus a Guard Restrict is very neat. It's very neat for her. So this plus the card that we saw is genuinely a good combination of her mechanic. That is certain. Next we'll be jumping to the next card, which is adding a 100 Force Leopard. And her skill starts as Rearguard. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, if you played a gem order this turn, this unit gains power plus fly plus blah. This turn, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and you played a gem order this turn, this unit gains power plus 5k. Okay, gems are a order mechanic that you will be looking at. Well, you may not looking at. We'll be looking at listed. And at the end of your turn, if your Vanguard is listed in its card name, which is the main Vanguard you use gems with, Energy Blast to return this unit. Choose a grade 3 card with listed in its card name, or one gem card from your drop zone, add it to your hand. So essentially, you can either return a Persona ride, or you can get one of the gems you already use, which is very neat to recover your gem. Especially the gem that you have a particular gem that has multiple abilities. That's the one you're picking in. Then, Gather Light's Asterum, Gemile, I think it's her name, which is this lady over here. Grade 3 units. This unit has a rearguard skill. When this unit attacked, if you played a True-Hearted Ruby and Everlasting Sapphire this turn, the order that I said that has multiple abilities and probably has multiple names, this turn, Counterblast 1, all your former rearguards get power plus 5k until the end of turn. This is very neat, just giving the entire board of rearguards an extra 5k power. I remember correctly if she had a superior call mechanic for your rearguards in order to be able to call more. Well, we shall see. Now we'll be looking at blisters right now. Let us see. This is, oh wait, this is the new one. Let's look at the older ballista. This has the, there we go. Prismatic Ballista. Prismagica, which her skills read as follows. Soul Blast 1, True Hearted Ruby, which is one of the gems that gems, when you activate them, they go back to your soul. So you have to soul blast the gems in order to activate the abilities. In this case, it's True Hearted Ruby. Until the end of the turn, this unit gets 15k power and your opponent cannot intercept, which is a very good restriction. Then, your second skill is Soul Blast, Everlasting Sapphire. Sapphire. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, shoot the 2 units from one, call the 2 open rearguard circle, and discard the rest. And those units gain power plus 5k. So a top 5 search for 2 units that you're able to superior call, and they gain 5k power. So regardless of what you call or what you mostly call, you'll mostly get good cards. The worst thing is that you lose some cards. Next, we'll be looking at her newer version, Best in Magic Ballista, which her skills read as follows. Obviously, dress ability with Prismagic Ballista, and her skill is, when this unit plays a Vanguard Circle, discard a card from your hand, choose a gem from your soul or drop, put it into your hand. Okay, that's nice. Then, Soul Blast 1 gem card and perform of the following according to the name of Soul Blast for this cost. In case of Everlasting Sapphire, with the top 5 cards of your deck, choose the 2 units from them and call them to rearguards and shuffle your deck. So a superior call, but this time without discard mechanic, which is very neat. Also, for 2 out of Ruby, you get 15k power until the end of the turn. So now you see a bit of a difference. For this one is a partially more selfish with the True Hearted Ruby, but with the Sapphire, she's getting a free superior call. She loses the power, but please remember that she has the dress up mechanic, making her the exact same name. So the power you're giving to the board when you're calling this card, when you're writing this card, is a persona right power. So you'll be giving a 10k power plus a draw, which is very neat. Also, most likely you'll be able to activate both skills at the same time because of the particular gem you're going to be blowing off for this skill. So you'll be getting both a top 5 superior call for 2 units, and this unit will gain 5k power plus the persona right that you activated that turn, which means you'll be getting a draw and a 10k power boost in the entire front row, which is very neat. You really can't complain about that. Oh, wrong one. Next, we'll be jumping on this one, which is Melody Upon the Moon, Rosia. Afterwards, we'll be jumping once more to something here. We'll look. Now, this unit reads as follows. She's a ghost, which is very important. It's unit is placed on rearguard shuffle. If you have a Vanguard with Felty Rose in its card name, choose a card with Felty Rose in its card name from your drop zone, and you may put it into your soul. Then, this unit attacks. This unit gains power plus 5k until the end of the turn, and in a battle, choose a card with Felty Rose in its card name for your soul, and you may add it to your hand. If you added a card, retire this unit. So this unit essentially gives you the ability to add the Filthy Rose that you need, and then with her skill, she's able to bounce it back to your hand. So you can assure yourself with a persona right for next turn. Then, and this doesn't even restrict yourself to any type of Filthy Rose, just the Filthy Rose in general. So you can get the Filthy Roses you're missing or the new Filthy Rose, depending on what you do. Then, the Monasterio is across the starry sky, Emerald, a ghost, which is also important. And in about where this unit attack, if your Vanguard Filthy Rose in its card name, you may choose one of your rearguards in the back row, stand it, and get power plus 5 until your turn. You put this unit into your sub. Now, we'll be looking at, not that lady, we'll be looking at, here we go. It's Rondo of Penelude, nope, wrong one, I'm done. Okay. Rondo of Evertide, Beltirosa. This unit reads as follows. When your drive check reveals a ghost normal unit, you may call that unit to an open rearguard circle. Then, if you called Counterblast 1, this unit gets drive plus 1 to the end of battle. So essentially, you see what we're happening here. We need ghost units. So those units, being ghosts in particular, are super important. They cannot be anything else. Thankfully, there's enough ghosts for her to run in the deck, especially with her other support. But this is the old version. We'll be looking at the newer version, which is the Rondo of Plenilune Filthy Rosa, with her skill reads as follows. Obviously, her dress up mechanic to the older Filthy Rosa. Then, her skill reads as follows. During your turn, if your soul has a great theory card with Filthy Rosa in its card name, all your front row ghost units get power plus 10. So a neat persona right power boost, which is very neat. Then, Counterblast 1, to get it about, this unit gains Vanguard Circle. When your drive check reveals a ghost normal grade 3 card with Filthy Rosa in its card name, you may call that card to an open rearguard circle. Then, if you call the card, this unit gains drive plus 1. Wait until the end of the battle twice. So essentially, you're able to activate the skill, or you gain 2 skills for the Counterblast of 1 of activating this skill. if you reveal a ghost normal unit or a Felty Rosa. In other words, you're able to you may call either the Felty Rosa or the ghost into the board, plus this unit getting a drive +1. In other words, if you're getting the more normal ghost you get, you're able to activate the skill and superior call it to then get a extra drive check. So you're refunding your drive check. Obviously, this is a once per turn skill, so you cannot activate this indefinitely. You can only activate this twice when you do that. But that means if you whiff 2 of your drive checks, then you're getting 2 plus drive, so Chibi becomes a quintuple, which is very neat. Now we'll be looking at some other cards. Now that, after those reveals, we'll be jumping back to, let's see, going back here. So now we'll be looking at a particular set of cards that I skip right now, which we'll be looking at the coal support. Wait a second. I've been called. I need to do some things. Give me a bit. Let me just, where did I put it right there? There we go. I'll be back. Give me a bit. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to deal with some things and feed my dog. I forgot to feed. She's very important, and she needs to be fed. So now, back to where we were. We're going to talk about coral. This is Aurora Store coral. I'm back. How are you, fish? How are you? Sorry for not being here for that second. I was feeding my dog and getting instructions in order to feed the chickens. They must be fed or they will fight. Especially the one with cheeks. Yay, great to hear. Welcome to me ranting about cardboards as an adult. Professionally, of course, because I have the tie and everything. Right now, I am mostly discussing about this particular old card, an encountered card, the Aurora Star Coral. Her skill goes to follow Vanguard. Shields of all other coral units become 5k shields. I like her. I like anything with a big shield, or just shield mechanics in general. I like her. Already. Then her other skill goes as follows. Put one card from your hand into your soul. Draw a card, and if you put a card with coral in its card into your turn, this unit gains Vanguard. At the end of the bout, this unit attack, choose one of your rearguards and send it. So it gets a restanding ability to put a coral back in, which is a costly ability. Of course, I should get some glasses with that, or a hat. I should get a hat that says Professional Cardboard Inspector. Thank you, Fish. That's actually a very nice investment for the future. God, it's a good job, honestly, to just look at cardboard and be like, man, this looks neat. Next, the second skill reads as follows. At the end of the battle, cost Energy Blast 4, which is the Energy Blast mechanic for D series, which is that all the front row units gain 5k power for every 2 coral cards in your soul until the end of the turn. Okay, that's sweet. Then, if your opponent's Vanguard is greater grid, this unit gains Crypt +1. This is kind of dumb. This is the beginning of the battle. So if any other of your cards have a soul charge of coral or from hand ability, this is neat. So at least first turn. Oh wait, this is just corals in general. So your right line's coral. Oh god, this is gonna be lethal. Oh, the right lines. Yeah. This is first turn. Gonna smack you hard. Jesus, for every 2 coral cards, plus the included soul charge, that means you'll be attacking with a 10k power boost. Then if you're going second, that involves an extra crit. So you persona right without persona blue, which is very neat. Give me a bit. Okay, I'm back again. Sorry, I was teaching. Thank you. It is an important job in order to investigate all this cardboard to make sure it works properly and it smells properly. That's the important thing about this cardboard. Well, anyway, I was out for a moment because my mom didn't know how to charge a speaker, so I was teaching her how. She didn't find the indent. I helped her. That was hilarious. Thank you very much, Fish, for the follow. I appreciate it. Mostly my content focuses on cardboard related things with some RPG things in the middle. Example is tomorrow I'll be doing a Final Fantasy stream, Final Fantasy 14 stream, mostly to try to catch up as much as I can in the story of A Realm Reborn, because I'm really back if I want to reach the freaking expansion that's coming out next week. It's gonna be hell. Okay. Back to cardboard. But yeah, my content focuses mostly on cardboard, specifically Cardfight Vanguard, and I do some other TCGs. Vanguard, I played around with Dragon Ball Super. It's a ton of fun. And I actually want to learn Shadow Rules. That will be neat. Okay, now that we jumped from the grade 3 skill, now we'll jump to the grade 2 skill. Shining Star Core. Her skill is on Vanguard, and this unit attacks, you may choose one of your rear cards and return it to your hand. That is very neat. That means you're able to commit more cards into the board for a bit more offensive play, and then return that card to the hand, which is very neat. Then her other skill is, when this unit is placed on into the soul by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard that includes Coral in its card name. In other words, the grade 3 skill. Draw a card, energy charge 1. Choose one of your rear cards against 5k power. Okay, this is kind of nuts. So essentially, by activating the grade 3 skill and shoving this particular one into the board, you get a refund with the draw, and you get a refund of the energy charge that you're spending by the second skill. So it becomes a lot more feasible to activate the skill continuously, the Energy Blast 4, because every turn you recharge the 3, and then with her skill, you'll be charging the last one. So you're essentially maxing everything you can about the energy mechanic as long as you got the grade 2. Neat. Now we'll be looking at the grade 2. Shiny Star Coral. Her youngest version. Adorable. Wait, no, it's Fresh Star Coral, which her skill reads as follows. This unit is brought upon by Shiny Star Coral, the grade 2. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose the 1 card with Coral in its card name. With Coral in its card name. Okay. Reveal it and put it into your hand with, or a grade 3 unit card. Reveal it and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. That's super. So when it's rolled upon by the grade 2, you're able to search either a copy for your grade 3 scroll card or a random grade 3, which I imagine it involves a support card that she has for herself, which is neat. I like it. Then we have her second skill. When this card is put into soul, same as the grade 2, has a on soul skill, which is if you have a grade 3 greater Vanguard with Colin's card, choose on your Vanguards and it gains 5k power. That's neat. Until the end of turn, and your opponent's Vanguards with your grade stand. That unit gains triple drive. Okay, that's pretty good. That means you'll be choosing which one you want to activate depending on the current state of your field, or at least your Vanguard. If you need the triple drive, so you can activate and have your opponent's Vanguard. Okay, yeah. So essentially, you'll be activating the grade 1 core for the soul charge on your second turn. If you're going second, you'll be activating her first turn. If not, you'll be activating your second grade 3 turn to get the triple drive, which is super neat. Well, the first one you'll be activating if you either need the draw or the energy recharge, which is neat. But you'll also be getting 5k power for your rear guard, which is super. Then we have the grade 0, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, which is the simple skill of, well, first her name is Angelic Star Core, which is the simple skill of when it's rolled upon, every 1 second, draw a card. That's it. Generally speaking, this archetype is looking really good, considering what we're looking at. Coral is mostly a inside mechanic for her, so there's a likelihood you might even run more versions of the grade 0 just to have more Coral names to search. But considering the amount you're running, if you're running just the grade 1s and grade 2s at maximum, you'll have 12 copy of Coral. So there's a chance you might have to run this one, unless we have another card that has a support for her, which in this case I think we do. Which in this case it might be this one. You're looking Luminous Melody Anicia. Yep, this is her Coral support. Skills read as follows. It's on rear guard when this unit attack. If you have 4 more cards with Coral incarnate in your soul, draw a card, and by doing this cause counter blast 1. You gain 5k power to the end of that battle. So essentially, counter blast 1, get a drop, extra 5k power, which is neat. Getting the 4 Corals in soul is super easy. It's just the first skill. As long as you've got a Coral in hand, just shove it into soul, and then you're done. And you'll be getting the extra draw. That's without counting the counter blast. Counter blast is the extra 5k power, so you get activated the entire first skill for nothing, for free, just for having the basic Coral set up. Then, at the end of the turn, if you have 4 more cards of Coral in your card name and soul, which is the basic setup, so last one, return this unit to hand. So essentially, you've got a card that can recycle yourself and bounce yourself up as long as you have the simple necessities for the Coral account. Then we have grade 1. Your name is Singular Heart Rurika. Your skill reads as follows. You first use a grade 1 booster, which you gain the regard circle when this unit moves. If you have a Vanguard that includes Coral in its card name, this you may, okay, that's I think a word problem. You may choose 1 card with Coral in its card name from your drop zone and put it into your soul. So once more, another card that helps you simplify the mechanic. Then, as you about, if you have 4 more cards with Coral in its card name in your soul, if you do not countercharge this turn, cost, retire this turn, countercharge 1. So we have a very nice countercharge. also recycles drop zone coal yields. So very neat. So in other words, you shouldn't be hesitant of dropping your coal as long as you got the copy this in your hand, which is super neat. Now we jump to the next card, which is this one. Her name being Diva of the Soundstar Utenon, where her skill reads as follows. So you can place on rear guard circle, cost, counter +1. Use your card with coal and currently you drop something and add it to your hand. So essentially, either pick up the card that you're missing for the coals, or you can get a persona right if you discarded her, she reached the drop zone for some reason, either from heal or so on and so forth. Then her next skill reads as follows. Rear guard guardian circle. There are 4 more coals in your soul. Again, the minimum setup for the grade 3 coal is you gain power plus 5k and shield plus 5k. So super neat card that does what it wants with recycling a card and your drop zone, a persona right or something else, or just a coal in general. Then you're able to use her as a shield or just a simple attack, which is very neat. So that means she essentially counts as a coal for the extra 5k shield the coal skill. Next we'll be looking at the other one, which in this case is the song that will be sung from generations to generations, Cetus, which skill reads as follows. When this unit attack, if a vanguard with grade 3 or higher, including coal in its card name, this unit gains 5k power until the end of that battle, which is neat. So when she's back, 5k power. Another nice hitter. Grade 2. Okay, so you have the instant, which is neat. And then the other skill is when this unit stands to the ability to include cope, your vanguard skill. If you remember correctly, if you have 4 more, your point vanguard is at rest, if you remember correctly. This unit gains 5k power until the end of turn. Essentially, she will be getting a 5k power, which is very neat. Then when she stands, she'll be getting an extra 5k power, so she's a 20k attacker on her own, which is super neat. Then we'll be looking at the last card, which is a grade 1 unit. Her name is Starting Tone Cosmo. Cosmar ability reads as follows. This unit is put on Guardian Circle. By the cost, Soul Blast 1, this unit gains 5k power until the end of turn. A shield until, this unit put on Guardian Circle. By cost, Soul Blast 1, this unit gains 5k shield until during the battle for every 2 coal cards in your soul. Essentially just a very nice card that you will be running for activating this. But it is a Soul Blast, which is a bit detrimental for the particular ability, but it also explains why you'll be having coals in the drop zone, either because you dropped them for shield, or in order to activate this skill in particular, just for defensive. It's very neat. And generally speaking, I think that's all we got for the reveals. Oh, obviously, we have a reveals for next week's Tuesday, which is going to be next week, includes the Absolute Zero Saga Tower Ride Line and support card, which is the card that is in the top of the box. So this will be a very neat reveal. New grade 3 Ride Line for Lyrical Monastery. She has very key art. And I think we have one more. No, I think we already looked at the filters. Other than that, we also have the official English release, or at least release date, for the Stride deck sets, which is very controversial for a lot of people, and especially for me, because how do I say this? They're getting very lazy for the Stride deck sets from what I've seen. The Luard and Kroja was very neat, but then Shiranui was a bit troublesome. But it was also interesting for the G era, but now we're getting revealed Hari and Nightbell, which are favorite cards, I do admit. But it's genuinely a bit weird that we're having these cards in particular being the Stride deck sets. It would have been interesting if we got some other from the other era cards, because we skipped a few era. Like, yes, we embarked on Limit, but we didn't touch the Link Joker version. That would have been a very neat time to tackle those particular cards, whether it be the Link Joker ones or touching with the new versions of Alfred, because Alfred was never added in the DCs, or touching some of the other characters, either because, well, we did touch Minerva. Minerva was very nice. Oh wait, yeah, it does, and Stride deck set's just kind of weird. Just don't know. Like, Night Rose, I understand her being a popular pick, but I think we could have picked anything else we wanted to Stride deck set. I don't know. Let's look at it still, at least. No. But we already at least got a official release. It'd be January 24th. Other than that, we have read everything here. Honestly, I have to thank a lot of Machine Blau. He has been a source of information for me using on Discord, on Reddit, for a long while. He has provided actually very good information, and he has been very helpful for the Vanguard community for a long time. So I'm gonna give a very big appreciation for him for giving all this, for having this information posted, and the one I'm reading. Next time, I will try to organize my own slides. Obviously, I'll be using Blau as a source of information. I want to try to create my own slides. This is a more of last minute way of how I built my schedule. Now, I hope I'll be doing these every other week because I like doing this. This was fun for me, doing this little bit of investigation. Even though it was the minimum this time around, I think it was a lot of fun. And honestly, thank you everybody for coming. It was a very short stream. Honestly, the reason the stream is as long as it is partially because I had to go a bit in order to do some things, some chores. But honestly, I wanted to do this type of stream. It's a very short stream, but we just embarked on talking a lot about the cardboards that have been reviewed this week. And it's been a ton of fun. Let's see. Thank you everybody for coming. I think I'll be looking for a raid person right now. But it's been a ton of fun. This is actually a bit of a dream of mine in order to be able to talk about cardboard like this. Especially Cardboard Vanguard, a card game that I've just loved for the longest time. Even the introduction I've had for this game was genuinely something of a, not an accident, but a happy coincidence. Because the reason I discovered Cardboard Vanguard was when I left 6th grade and graduated from my elementary school. I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! During those times. Very simple Yu-Gi-Oh! The 5Ds era. And a bit of the, mostly 5Ds era was mostly what I was playing in Yu-Gi-Oh! It was on the playground. One of my friends that I was playing with, that I played with a lot, was talking to me in the summer about a certain card game that he was checking around and looked really cool. It was an anime I actually skimmed. Well, not skimmed, but I saw around while I was looking at anime during that time, and he told me about Cardboard Vanguard. I was interested because he was a close friend and we played Yu-Gi-Oh! A ton together. So I gave it a skim and I just fell in love with the anime. It was very early on Cardboard Vanguard. It was 2011. It was near the beginning of the anime, at least for the English side, and I just fell in love with everything. I was in the weekly waiting releases for each episode, and I just fell in love. The anime, the first season of anime, anybody who is watching Cardboard Vanguard is something I would recommend 100 times because it genuinely gives a very realistic feeling, partially at least, because not the whole world's based off Cardboard Vanguard, but the whole TCG experience of opening packs, getting some random cards, hoping they work good in your deck. Those beginner things, the first entire season is mostly that. It gets into mystical aspects a bit later, like all those card game animes. But genuinely, the feeling of Cardboard Vanguard and the whole premise, I fell in love with it. And this is why I keep ranting about it to this day. And I'm happy I'm able to rant about it on the internet. And I entertain 1 or 2 people. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you everyone for coming and making this moment, this magical moment for me. It makes me so happy just be able to do it. Not about the tears on my end. We'll be looking now somebody to raid. I'll be looking around here, see if there is somebody close I'm raiding. Let's see. In this place, let's see. We have a Luminous Cave, and yeah, I think we'll be raiding Luminous Cave. Right now, she's doing Elden Ring. Very nice game with very nice mechanics, and doesn't make you go crazy, none at all. So let's have fun with her as we raid her, and please be nice. She's really fun. She's playing a very fun game. Let's see how she's doing. See you later, guys. Later, bye. Now that's it. We'll be cutting the stream right now.